Welcome to yoga practice. It's our Friday yoga practice. It's a Friday flow. So we are actually going to start standing. And if you're watching a replay video, welcome. My name's Ashley. Welcome to this yoga practice. We start standing today in one of my favorite ways to start. This is for more of an afternoon or an evening class. I wouldn't necessarily start this way in the morning, but for a class that's, you've been moving a little bit, and now we want to stretch out. We're going to start with wide feet, turn the toes out, fold forward. Hinging at the hips, grab the elbows on the way down, and shake out the head as you fold. And we're going to stay here, so stay there for a moment. I've just got to check some technology here. Stay there. Awesome. Relax the neck. Let the head hang heavy and just come down. So today is the day after Thanksgiving when I'm filming this. And this is a time that we can find a little bit more introversion, a little more compassion. So after perhaps some time with family or some big event or overeating, you just find some time to tune in, to check in, to be with ourselves. So grabbing those elbows, let's sway from side to side. And then let's take in deep breaths in and out through the nose. So now let's fill the lower lungs from bottom to top. Release as you exhale slowly out through the nose. And bring some awareness to that breath. Bent knees as much as feels comfortable. And then coming back to a neutral position, we get to start moving. So a little bend in the knees so your hamstrings or your lower back don't feel at all like they're pinching. You get to reach the elbows forward, lifting about halfway, using the strength of the back and your core to lift halfway up. Exhale as you fold down. Let's do that again. Lengthen through the elbows, through the crown of the head. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Lengthen. Lift up. Exhale, fold it down. Now we'll give ourselves a little twist here too, so take the hands down to the floor. Left hand stays down, right arm goes up, twisted in this fold. So you're still a little bit of a fold, but more of an extension forward through the crown of the head. Bend one knee more than the other as you reach. Good, and switch it. Take that right hand down, bend into the other knee, reach up with the opposite hand twist. And then back down to the ground. Bend the knees slowly and roll yourself up to a standing pose. Big shoulder roll when you get to the top. Just take your time to get there though. And then we'll come to the top of the mat, wherever that is for you. Top of the mat. Keep the feet kind of wide. Reach those arms up as you inhale. I'm going to face this way right now. Exhale, take a side bend. One hand comes over, other hand goes down. Inhale, lift up. This time, make goalpost arms. Inhale. Exhale, press this time. Press one hand down, other hand across. Do it again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Pressing active. Full exhale. Keep going. Inhale, back up. One more time, side bend. Good. Reach both arms up. Inhale. Here's where we wake up. Take the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Palms pressed together. Squeeze the shoulders. Look up and fold forward. Again, keeping the hands connected. A little bend in those knees as you snuggle the belly between the thighs and the forehead and the head down towards the floor. Release the hands again. Heel toe the feet a little closer together. And second time rolling up, your feet, big toes can touch or you keep the feet hip distance. Second time rolling up. Rising to the top. sun salutation A. Reach those arms out and up, inhale. Exhale, open the arms, forward fold. Folding down, forehead down towards the toes, belly to thighs. Half lift, press the hands into the shins or fingertips to the floor. Just make sure that they're touching something. Exhale, plant the hands down, bend the knees. We can step or jump back to plank pose. Make sure it doesn't hurt the lower back at all. Pause and plank pose. I'd like to take about 3 breaths or so in our first plank, so you get to feel the strength that your body's bringing you today, and at any time noticing if you want the knees down. So we're pointing the elbows towards the back of the room. Shift high up onto the tippy toes, or shift a little more forward, knees forward and down, optional. Bend the elbows, chaturanga, or this tricep push-up, flat body. Press into the hands, lift the heart, flatten the feet. Point the toes, upward facing dog. Pause here. Just notice it. Hands are under the shoulders. Can even look to the right side, past the right shoulder, then look to the left side, past the left shoulder. Look at a little stretch for the neck and strength for the upper body as you press into the hands. Use your core strength as you do this next transition. Look down. Pull the hips up, abs in. Lift the tailbone back and up to downward facing dog. Flip over the feet. That was our slow version of our sun salutation A. I talked a little bit more through that, and we held some of the poses longer than we typically will. And that's okay. Moving slowly, intentionally, that's what we're going for today, and, in any practice. So then look forward, heading into our squat position. Feet land to the outside of the hands. Step or hop your feet forward to the outside of the hands as you bend the knees. Sit down, hands to your heart, elbows to the knees, press open. And you can add even some movement here or just stay with yourself in a still position, finding that breath, noticing the sensations that arise in each pose with each breath and each adjustment. Take your hands down to the floor again. Lengthen the legs, heel toe those feet together, a little closer. Add a half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold it down. Feel heavier each time we come into this fold. Rising up, look forward, open the arms, reach out and lift. Bring the hands down to your heart. Hopefully we have a good intention for today, or any kind of intention works. We want to cultivate more energy, compassion, focus. It's up to you. So you can choose an intention, a positive affirmation to help you move through your practice in your day. Today's intention is actually, I am focused. So if you want to use that one, we're focusing on our breath, focusing on each movement, and focus on just what's ahead rather than the future, what's right here and now. Reach those hands up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Second time, sun salutation A. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose, and we pause in plank pose for one breath as you shift high on the tippy toes, fingertips bearing some of the weight. Exhale, hug the elbows in and bend them. Straight and flat body. Upward dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take one breath, inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, look forward. To finish that exhale, coming to your squat position. Step or jump, lower down, just give ourselves a little hip opening. Part of the compassionate practice I have for December is more hip opening and forward folds. Let's take those hands down, lengthen the legs, heel toe the feet together. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold down again. Rise up, look forward, open those arms, reach up. And bring your hands down to your heart. Get that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open the arms, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose, step or hop back. Deep breath, shift forward. Exhale, hug the elbows in as you lower. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. We get to move on from here. Take your right leg and lift it up high towards the sky behind you. Bend the right knee. You can rotate through the right ankle a couple times, and then we add some hip circles with that right leg. So take that knee and draw big circles, just using your glutes and your leg to move, that right leg moving, nothing else moving. And then switch directions, get big hip circles. And keeping equal weight in the hands, let's open up to an external rotation in that leg. So lift the knee so it's trying to touch the ceiling. Keep both weight in right and left hand equally. And then as you inhale, straighten the leg up behind you, single leg down dog. Knee to nose, exhale, shift forward, a little core strength coming in. Single leg down dog, inhale. Knee to nose, we do it again, shift forward straight, knee in line with the midline of the body. Single leg down dog, inhale. This next one's a step forward, lift the left heel, bring lots of space between your nose and the floor. Right knee forward, step between the hands. Good, back heel stays lifted for now, low lunge. Rise up for crescent lunge. Crescent lunge, bending deep into that back knee. Let's do a little self-love, compassion type of movement for the arms. You're going to bend the elbows 90 degrees. And then give yourself a hug. So you're going to wrap, it doesn't matter, right above left, left above right. Actually, let's do the left above the right so we remember what's going on. Left above right. Bend that deep into the knee. Good. And then you can lift the arms. And we've got, actually, it's an eagle wrap of the arms. So we've got hand grabbing or grabbing the shoulders. And we'll lift the elbows as you inhale, little back bend. Exhale, lean forward and tap the elbow maybe to the knee. Inhale as you reach up, back bend, using more of the core strength to lead you back and forth. Bring it forward. And one more time, reach up, lift up with the elbows, whether you're hugging or eagle arms. Exhale, bring it forward and down. Good, releasing that, lift up, release the hands, reach up. And then take the left hand down to the inside of the foot, right arm up, twisted lunge. Twisted low lunge. So let's reach with that right hand. We can reach straight up. And it's up to you if you want to add more leg strength to this. I'm not going to do that. But you can pick up that left hand and just hover it, or fingertips only. I'm going to use my hand actually as a little bit of lifting of my weight to take the weight off of that right leg. Good, then take that right hand forward and down to the inside of that right foot. So on the inside. Back knee comes down, and we're in a low kneeling lizard lunge. So I'm going to just turn to the side, shift so you can see what's going on. And from this low lunge here, roll onto the outside edge of the right foot. So the knee is coming out to the side, or drawing down to the side. And you can use that right hand too to help press it. It's more of a stretch than a strength building posture. Look towards that right knee, right hand. Then bring it back to the center. Straighten that right leg. Take the right hand to the outside of the foot. Half splits. Fold down. Good. Pull the toes back like you're pressing through the heel. You'll feel more of the calf, the back of that right leg. Good. Then shift forward. We've done a lot on this leg so far. Let's do one more thing. Back toes tuck under, hands down. Lift that back leg, shift forward. Lifting the left leg all the way up for standing splits. Hands are down, fingertips down. You're going to feel this a lot on that right leg. We've done already quite a bit of work. So you're going to fold over right leg, try to get heavier in the head, lengthen through the spine, and lift the left leg by squeezing and activating your glutes behind you. Good. Bending into the right knee, slowly step back into a lunge. Rise up once, reach up. And we're back down again. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to plank pose. Shift forward, inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. And before I forget what our sequence is, we'll move on to the other side. Okay, so it's the left leg now that lifts up behind you. Bend the knee. Rotate through the left ankle a few times. And then the left hip, the whole leg moving, bent knee. And yes, you're going to feel more on that right leg because we just worked it. So let's also switch directions. Hip circles. Good, and then lengthen that leg up behind you. Straight, single leg down dog. Inhale a little higher with that heel. Exhale, knee comes forward to the nose. Shift your shoulders over the fingertips and the wrists. Inhale to single leg down dog. Knee to nose, exhale. Lift that right heel as well. Try to get high up on the toes. Inhale, single leg down dog. Exhale, same thing, knee to nose. Flex the foot and step between the hands. Low lunge. Rise up for crescent lunge. Walk yourself up, reach your hands up. Good. And up in crescent lunge standing, or standing lunge, bend the elbows. And we'll take the right arm above the left this time. A hug first. First, a nice compassionate hug for yourself. Thank you, self, for showing up to yoga today. And then eagle arms, lifting the hands, maybe twisting, palms pressing. And a little spinal movement back and forth. Lift the elbows, bend back, look up. Exhale, elbow to the knee or left shoulder to knee. Inhale, lift up. We do that 3 times. Lower down. Rise up, inhale. One more time, leaning forward. And we rise back up. Release the hands as you lift and inhale. The right hand comes down now or into that twist, right hand to the inside of the foot. Extend the back leg, heel still lifted. Left arm reaches up, lunge, low lunge twist. Then take that twist a little higher. We'll take the left hand, then reach it forward and down to the inside of that left foot. Maybe heel to that left foot a little farther out to the side. Back knee comes down. Flatten that right foot. Right hand can stay down as well. We're in a low lunge. Then roll onto the outside edge of the left foot. Knee comes out. Even that left hand can help to open that up. It's just a different kind of stretch. Be mindful of the right arm, right shoulder. Make sure we've still got some press into that right hand, some space between the neck and the shoulder so we're not collapsing. Good, and back to the center. Lift up, straighten that front leg. Take the left hand to the outside of the left foot. Half splits, pull the toes back. Lean over left leg. And then shift it forward, bending into the left knee, tuck the back toes under. Do a couple little hops up, and then lift the back leg, standing splits. Keep the hands down next to the left foot, the bottom foot. And press through that left heel, straighten the leg. Lift the right leg without opening the hip a whole lot, so we're not really going for that right now. Just keeping it lifted. Does not have to be, it doesn't have to be straight up. It can be parallel to the floor, even lower. Good, and then stepping back slowly, bend into the left knee. Step back, lunge, one time, reach up. Exhale down to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Good, take a deep breath, shift on the toes. Exhale, chaturanga or low push-up. Upward dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Good, bend both knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Lower down again, exhale. Then we rise up all the way. Inhale, reach up. Okay, bring your hands down next to your heart. So, we've got some balance, a balance pose. Hip opening balance pose. I might look opposite of you, but I'm going to do the same thing here. So left foot goes down. Left foot is grounded. Right ankle goes on top of, just above the knee. So we've got this figure 4. Okay? Reach forward, bend into the left knee. Bend into the left knee. And pause. So the more you press your knee down and ankle closer to you, the more you're going to feel for that hip. We're going to add a little element. It's a twist. It's a great day for some twisty detoxification. So you take that right hand and find the foot. Foot this up. Left arm, reach it back. Can you look back as well? Yeah. And then a slow transition, something different. Right fingertips will grab the right big toe. Take your gaze forward. Grab that toe and start to extend it forward. Left hand can come to your hip. You're going to extend it forward, grabbing your big toe. Hold. And it might be bent knee today. And one last little balance challenge. Switch it. Left hand goes to your toe or your foot or ankle or knee. Right arm reaches back and twist. Back to the center, reach up. Let go of the feet, reach, lift the foot, keep it lifted. Send it back, warrior 3, reaching the hands forward. Step back into a lunge. Ooh, the left leg is forward, so it's different than what we started with. Open to warrior 2, left hand forward, right hand back. Adjust as needed. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior, reach high with that left hand, down the back leg with the right hand. And then taking both hands down to the floor, pick up the back foot, step back, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, get low. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So that was our balance sequence. We've got to do it on the other side too. Bend the knees from down dog. Look forward as you finish an exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Stand up tall, inhale. Reach up. Bring the hands down. Okay, now it's the right leg that stays down. Left ankle goes above the knee, or the other side, hopefully, other side. Switch sides. Reach forward, about shoulder height. Bend into the right knee. Pause. And as we go through this, if there's any place where you want to pause without adding the variations, you are welcome to. A lot of strength can be built with our basic poses, simple balances. So no need to get too fancy, but we'll see what happens. Falling may happen too. It's part of the process. Left hand goes to your foot, maybe finding the arch of the foot, right arm reaches back. And as soon as you start to switch your gaze, that's where things get a little more shaky. So find a single unmoving point. If you look back and can't see much, keep your gaze slightly downward. Can you bend a little deeper? Sit deeper into that chair-like pose. Then you're going to grab onto the big toe with the left hand. Right hand can come to your hip. Rise up, extend the left leg forward, grabbing onto the toes. Or the big toe, the one toe. And then switch it. Right hand will come to the toe or the knee or behind the calf or hamstring. Left arm reaches back. See if we can take the gaze back towards the left thumb. Good, release that. Bring both hands forward. Let go of the foot, extend the foot. You might drop a little bit. Hands reach forward, left leg goes back. Quick pass through warrior three to step back into a lunge. Step back, reach up. Open up to warrior two, right hand forward, left hand back. I'm going to adjust the feet a little. I'm always adjusting the base and the foundation. Soften here. Front palm flips, reverse warrior, reach up, left hand, back hand down the back leg. And then bring it right back down, hands circle down to the floor. Pick up the back heel, step the right foot back, plank pose. Shift forward, exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Nice work. Okay, so back to our squat position. Bend the knees, step or jump to that squat. I'm going to turn a little bit here, squat position. Feet to the outside of the hands. And you want to get pretty snugly in there. Pick a hand. So right hand or left hand. It's my left hand that's moving. It could be your right if you want to mirror me. So you press the tricep into the knee. Opposite arm reaches up. And look towards that upper arm. So you can stay in this position, or we've done some hip opening and some upper back stretching. We can take both hands around the leg and find a bind. So you're grabbing onto the hands, or maybe you've got a strap or a towel or something that you can hold on to create this little energetic bind, the circular flow of our energy, our prana. Look up past that top shoulder. And switch sides, open up the arms, reach up, switch, take the hands to the center. Get that other elbow or tricep snuggled in there. Open the arm, press it down on the floor, opposite arm reaches up, twist. And then if we want to try that bind, we do it on this side. Reach back, find that connection of the arms, the hands, and look up past that top shoulder. Good, release the hands, bring it forward, and just for fun, let's keep ourselves pretty well snuggled in there. Hands underneath the shoulders at shoulder height or shoulder distance. Lift the heels, look forward, pick up the legs, and make a shelf with the elbows by bending them. And we've got an option for crow pose. Crow pose. Lower back down, feet down, and lengthen the legs, forward fold. Okay, rolling yourself up. We'll come back to standing pose one more time. We're actually heading down towards the ground, but first stand up. Make your way to the top of the mat again if you've lost your way, or if you've found somewhere else on the mat. And just pause, take in what we've already done so far, and staying focused towards our breath, our body, our intentions. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Last Vinyasa flow. So you get to step or jump back, it's up to you. Plank pose, deep breath in. Shift forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to sit down. So you can jump through the hands, between the hands. You can take the knees down, swing the legs around. It's up to you. Bend the knees, look forward. Maybe step, jump, walk, sit. Float through to a seated pose. Take the feet together and knees open wide. Grabbing onto those feet. Deep breath in. Hug the elbows in and lean forward. Bound angle pose. And some of these will be just a little bit longer, holding, for my classes anyway. I don't hold poses very long, but for this segment, we'll hold a little longer to feel the full effects as you start to relax into this position. And then lifting back up, let's take the legs wide. Wide, wide, wide. Legs wide. Sit up tall. Hands will go behind you at first. Press tall, press through the heels and get the knees down. So sit up. And then the hands come in front of the legs as you start to walk it down. Just notice what comes up. This one can be potentially a more intense pose, but it's still a little more passive. We can control how far down you go. And then walk your hands over to one of the sides, so you can pick right or left leg. I'm going over to the left leg, you can choose one. The same hand of the leg is going to grab onto the arch of the foot or the ankle. We'll take the upper arm, the other arm, reach up and over. So it's more of like a side bend. So we've got a little twist here, a twist within this pose. Looking up past that upper arm. Then lifting back up, we'll slide it to the other side, or you can walk it to the other side. The inside hand goes towards the foot. Other arm reaches, you can be straight up or extend it, more like a side bend. A little bit of a twist as you press into that bottom hand. And then lift that back up, back to the center. One more time, you're gonna go straight down and forward. See if you can get a bit farther, just a little, after those two side bends. And we'll walk ourselves back up and close the legs. Bend the knees first and walk the feet closer together. So from the top of the mat, big toes touch the top of the mat, we get to roll ourselves down. Reach forward, slowly roll down to the ground. And the first thing we're going to do here is bridge pose. So we've got a setup where our feet are close to our backside, knees are hip distance apart. Pressing into the feet, palms down next to the feet as well. And lift the lower back, the hips, squeeze the shoulders together, and open up through the front of the body. So you've got a little activation going on in the glutes, the hamstrings, squeezing those shoulders, and you feel the stretch, or hopefully a little more openness towards the front. But we're not going for deep back bends today. Keep the gaze upward, or wherever is neutral, not side to side. Keep that neck in a safe place. Another option is to interlace the fingers behind you, press the pinkies to the floor, or if your mobility, your flexibility allows this, make a shelf with your hands on that lower back for a supported bridge. That one's a little higher, typically. But then lower down slowly. And take the feet just a little bit wider. A little bit wider. We'll do knees side to side, a windshield viper style. So take the legs down to the right side, up through the center, down to the left. Back and forth. And bring the knees back up. Give your knees a hug in towards your body. Lift the knees towards the shoulders and do some spinal, a little rolling side to side, or circles for the lower back. Good, we're keeping this conclusion very simple actually. Let's take both legs straight up, so the heels are above the hips. And if you have a wall next to you, I might encourage you to actually scooch up against it, swing your legs up like a reverse waterfall, and keep your heels up we'll do this for a minute or so, a couple minutes maybe. This is actually a really great pose to do for like 10 minutes at a time. This legs up the wall. Good for your circulation, and also it's a relaxing pose. If you're feeling overwhelmed, tired, overworked, you've been standing too much, shopping too much, walking, running too much, you can help to calm everything down, to find more balance with this posture, legs up the wall. Let's find a bend in the knees. We can bend both knees. We get to go into a twist. So you can place the feet on the floor. Actually, it is helpful to do that. So if you pick up the hips a little bit and tuck one hip underneath, so you've still got that straight spine, then the knees come across the body, and we've got from base of the head or crown of the head to base of the tailbone is in a straight line at the middle of the mat. So if you scooch a little bit, it'll help keep the shoulders anchored. Bring the legs to the side. And the upper leg can be a little higher, or you can crisscross it. It really depends what's comfortable for you. So finding that spinal twist with the shoulders anchored and looking away from the legs. This is a neutralizing pose. It's to help us reset the spine, the hips, the legs and knees. And then bring the legs back up to the center. We get to do the same thing other side. So press into the feet to lift those hips, but then you get to shift again, shift the pelvis so that we've got a straight spine, and you twist other side. And bring the legs back up to the center. Make sure everything is in a nice neutral place. You can hug the knees in one more time, or even grab the feet for happy baby pose. I like that one. You might do. So any last poses or movement that you would like to take before we head to Shavasana or our relaxation, you can do that now. Take up as much time and space as you would like. And if you know you want an extra long Shavasana, you can always just shut me off and keep going. But I will lead us in and out for about 5 minutes. Okay, so once you feel complete, we get to just lie down and rest. Be at peace. And there are a lot of ways you could set yourself up to feel totally relaxed with bent knees or open knees, hands wherever comfortable, blankets, props, and pillows. But for the most part, we're keeping it simple. And we get to just be here and enjoy these absorbing, acclimating after effects of our movement and breath practice. And allow everything to settle, to surrender, and to be still for the next couple minutes. Close the eyes. Let go of any effort with the breath or body or the mind. And just rest. No expectation. Just staying right here. start to take a deeper breath as you reignite some energy back into your body by wiggling the fingers and the toes. A few more deep breaths. Keep moving slowly. And then reach those hands overhead. Bend the knees if they're not already. And roll onto your side. You can pick a side. Pause for a moment. Good. Then gently press back up to a seated pose as we do for our yoga practice. We conclude in a very meditative, calm style. So sitting tall and taking in all that we've just done and soaking in the energy we create, the positive vibes that we put out, and carry that throughout our day. So take those hands, reach up. Connect the hands, draw it in, draw it down, hands to your heart. And that's where we keep them. One more breath, thumbs to the heart center. And let it go. Thank you so much for joining in our Friday Flow yoga practice. Have a great day and weekend. Namaste.